Hi, I'm Terri McClure, Senior Analyst for Cloud Infrastructure at ESG. I'm here with our Systems Management Analyst, Edwin Yuen. Today we're going to talk to you a little bit about hybrid cloud. We kicked off the year this year talking to Edwin about cloud and workload mobility and how people are using clouds, but maybe that was a little premature. What we really need to get to is, what is hybrid cloud? What does it mean? What do IT organizations think it means? Because it seems to mean different things to different people. And Edwin's clarified that with some research, and we're going to talk to him about that today.
Yeah, it's great. We actually just completed some research, and I really wanted to ask that first question, what exactly is hybrid cloud? Because I think there are a lot of different definitions, and what we found is kind of two things. First, it's really about on and off premises, so it really needs to span both on and off premises. It's not necessarily managing, let's say, different environments, a VMware environment or a Microsoft environment on premises. It could be managing multiple cloud environments, but it really is not about just on premises or off premises. It needs to be both. And the other one is that it's really application related. Well over half of the respondents chose either managing applications that have resources that span on and off premises or deploying applications that have resources that have on and off premises. Only about 1 in 5 answered either managing disparate vendors or different cloud vendors or just managing resources. So it really has to be within the context of applications.
In years that we've been talking about hybrid cloud, kind of one of the conventional definitions is, being able to have almost an infrastructure that spans on-prem and cloud. So is that how people are thinking of it? Is it like I can have storage that breaks down that wall between IT and the cloud? Or is it more about the application?
It's about the application, but it's important to leverage that infrastructure. It's about that infrastructure that you can use. So it can be either infrastructure itself that spans on and off premises, or it can be an application that has resources that is both on and off premises. Either way, infrastructure is still incredibly important in the research that we found.
Are we past this spanning into the cloud, and a hybrid cloud means I run my apps on-prem and I back them up to the cloud? It sounds like we're past that now.
Yeah, I think we're past that now. I think people are using infrastructure as a service, but they're also using a lot of platform as a service. But they're still leveraging a lot of on-premises infrastructure. That was the other thing we found in the research. When we asked people what they saw in 5 years, the majority of the people said they're either going to have a significant amount of resources still on premises, which is most things on premises, or at least split half and half. Really only a much smaller percentage of people said we're going to put everything into the public cloud. So I think even 5 years from now, we're going to have either a split or still have a pretty significant amount of resources on premises.
Okay, so contrary to all the marketing that's out there, we're not going to be all cloud in 5 years, you know?
No, I don't think we're going to be all cloud in 5 years. I mean, it doesn't mean people aren't going to use public cloud, and it's probably going to be growing both. But I think people are recognizing once they use public cloud a lot more, they recognize what really should be there, what should stay back on their premises, and really how they can manage both.
Okay. So when people are looking at hybrid cloud or creating this hybrid cloud infrastructure, what are the characteristics?
Well, the characteristics we found is they really want to have management software that can control things back and forth. They want to make sure that their infrastructure is compatible between on and off premises. They're even looking at important things such as having a compatible hypervisor or a compatible VM infrastructure that goes back and forth. Probably the characteristics that was selected the least in our survey was really about being able to manage disparate vendors. So really it's about the compatibility of the infrastructure itself, not about trying to reduce the incompatibility between vendors.
It needs to be easy.
Correct.
It needs to be easy. Okay. So when IT organizations are looking to deploy a hybrid cloud, what are they really trying to accomplish? What are their main objectives?
Well, in that question in our survey, the highest response is they wanted to have compatible infrastructure. They wanted to make sure that it's going to be easy to move their applications back and forth between on and off premises. The second highest one was actually maintaining the vendor relationships that they already have, which is a little bit surprising.
Given they were all on-prem vendors, right?
Exactly. The ones that came in, the smallest amount in the survey was having consistent management, which means they really care about how to get their systems working. Maybe they can use different management tools. And then finally, it was taking advantage of new cloud startups, which you think would be one of the largest things that people want to go ahead and into the hybrid cloud or public cloud to use. It kind of shows as orientation that they've got a lot of on-premises infrastructure. They've got a lot of applications there. They want to leverage the cloud, but they're oriented from their infrastructure going on up, not from the cloud down.
Would you say there's just too much legacy stuff out there for us to just make this jump into the cloud? We can't ignore history.
Yeah, I think the best way to put it is we don't want to think of legacy as a negative. Legacy is what it is. There's some great things running on there. And I think companies, as they use more and more cloud resources and public cloud resources, are realizing they just want to go ahead and be smart about what to put in there, not just to wholesale push everything up there, but to take advantage of what you can in the cloud, re-architect applications as you need. But we're going to have a long term of legacy on-premises systems for a while.
Okay, good. Great view. Thank you.
Great.
Thanks you, Edwin, and thank you for spending time with us today.